XSplit. Damn it! It crashed. So we're gonna. I'm gonna spend this week working on that. So, where were we, gentlemen?
South, I believe, was talking about
Good year. Good year for.
Oh no, we're talking about the Elite Controller.
Oh, right.
the Elite Controller, yes, and how it was originally limited.
Right.
It was originally limited.
Yeah, I was saying how originally the Elite Controller they only made like 100,000, because they didn't think, who's gonna spend $150 on a controller, and same thing happened with the One X. They didn't think that it was gonna sell as much as it. I mean, they had a good idea that it was gonna sell, but I don't think as much as it has.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, no, not that many people have 4K TVs.
Yeah,
but
you know what?
And I was telling people these past couple years, people are spying shit out of 4Ks now.
These TV companies need to cut Sony and Xbox, Microsoft a check.
Yeah,
because TV, as these consoles sold,
yes,
they pushed 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
more so than anybody else, because you only have Netflix and Amazon have a couple of 4K streaming. Other than that, you don't get 4K anywhere else.
No, Amazon Prime, and the Amazon Prime stuff's not that great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Netflix has some stuff as well. I think they've got some 4K HDR stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Just a little bit, not a ton.
But the gaming is pushing the 4K.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And wait till the streaming comes.
Sony and Microsoft need some royalty checks.
Yes.
And I tell you, I have mea culpa a whole lot of stuff this gen, because I was banging the drum of, these were the mid-gen consoles were not the right thing to do. How could you announce a new console 2 years into your I was not a proponent of it at all, and I was very not only against it, but I thought the whole idea would fail, and I've been wrong the whole time. And now again, getting the 4K TV. The other thing that we did the other night, I had tweeted this out and decided that I'm foregoing going to the movies anymore and buying 4K movies when they come out and watching them here because it's cheaper than taking my family to the movies. And my wife and I sat down, and she finally got a chance to see Thor Ragnarok, which is a colorful movie. If nothing else, it is bleeding color. And my wife, who doesn't really care that much about technology, was like, she's just like, this is incredible looking. And she doesn't usually do that. I mean, she was just like, wow, wow. And I'm like, yeah, this is insane.
Isn't it funny when you get your wife who's not really into technology and stuff like that to just be speechless? You're like, wow, that really is a big telltale sign when you can get somebody that just has no inkling or no care in the world for it, and they're just sitting there like a deer in the headlights, and they're like, oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
Yeah, we were just blown away. And Microsoft made the right call with that.
It said about Thor, because Ragnarok is a colorful movie, and I'm sure I haven't seen it on HDR, so I don't know how it looks.
Insane.
But I can imagine it looks just phenomenal.
It's insane. Yeah. So next up for us this weekend will be Infinity War. We'll catch up on that. So I've seen it. She hasn't. So
that's gonna look good on there too.
Yeah,
that's gonna look really good.
So. All right, so I think we've all can pretty much agree that, like I said, for the path that they took and the things that they're doing, Microsoft had a very strong 2018.
They did,
and they're poised. It's not just that they had a great 2018 and they're working into 2019. They're actually poised for some serious boost. In the next 2 years.
They're not resting on their laurels for nothing. This is, this is a launching pad, and, like I said, they took some risks, in the technology side, and it's going to pay off for them.
Yeah.
starting with Game Pass. I keep saying it now. Like you said, beating the drum. It's just there's no better. There's no better, app. It's Xbox's killer app.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody's waiting for the next game to be Xbox's killer app, but it's not. It's the service. It's Game Pass is their killer app.
Absolutely. I agree. That's a fantastic way of putting it, dude. That really is. It's I realize this might be a controversial statement, but I'm going to be honest. Not just for Xbox, but for PlayStation, Nintendo as well. For the gaming industry, I have never been more excited to see what's coming. Because everyone is on fire in their own ways right now.
So controversial.
And it's awesome.
How dare you, video gamer?
Yeah. Everybody get your pitchforks.
But very happy with the Xbox. They've had a very positive message this year, or last year, and they did told us, they heard us, as Xbox gamers. They've heard the criticism from everybody, whether we agree with them or not, the media, and they've sent us a message. They showed us that they mean business. They want Xbox to be big. It's part of Microsoft at the big table, and it's going forward big. I mean, with the studios, the streaming, traditional consoles still around, so everybody can calm down, So
everybody can, calm down, about they're selling off the Xbox and this and that.
Yeah.
And it's not happening. The Xbox is here to stay, and it's only going to get bigger in the next couple years.
I look forward to this, the streaming service, to where I have the opportunity. I have an Xbox S in my living room. I have the X here in my gaming room. But now, if I can add a streaming box or whatever and put it in my daughter's room without having to buy another Xbox, I can play on my phone or whatever, to play certain games, and keep that game engagement. It's gonna be exciting to see how the stream goes.
Well, I think the Switch was a big experiment too.
Yes.
Also,
yeah,
it was.
Yeah, so I think that I think all three are making strides for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're kind of like they're experimenting in their own ways, so they're all going to kind of piggyback of each other.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of the gaming industry, is that you look at Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony. They're all about gaming, but if you look at each one of them, what they bring, they're different. And so that's what's great about being a gamer, is that whatever type of gamer, genre, whatever you like, that you could go to each one and you could get an experience that you can't on the other. And that's the beauty of gaming. And so when I look at all three, I see something impressive that they all bring different to the table. And so I'm good with that. So, look, can't wait.
Yep.
Go forward. So.
If you got them all,
us gamers are winners.
Yep.
What's that, Peter?
Us gamers are the winners.
Absolutely, Peter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Final takes on 2018, Peter. What's your final take on? You've played. I mean, I think you've played every day of 2018.
Pretty much. And it will probably be the same in 2019, unless something catastrophic might happen. But yeah.
Well, let's hope not.
No, exactly. But I mean, it's fantastic. Played fantastic games, and I look forward in 2019 to have the same experience.
All right. So, and by the way, for those who are looking for an Xbox One X to cozy up to this year, I didn't realize this, but oh no, I'm not changing the backdrop. Hold on. But I think this is a good move. You get yourself a nice Metro Exodus bundle.
Yes, comrades. Yes.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that right there, Metro Exodus, that is my most anticipated. That is the game I'm most excited for.
Holy station.
Oh, yes. The Metro games are so painfully underrated.
Yes.
It's ridiculous how underrated these games are. They are the best games that nobody plays, and it infuriates me.
And graphics.
Right.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
The story.
I still need to finish them, though.
The remasters, it's a remaster of 360 games, and it looked better than most of the games that had come out.
Yes.
By that point.
And how like subtly creepy are they?
Yes. They've got the survival horror elements and the mutants, but it's also like this really poignant story about Artyom and
psychological and just the Exodus games are top notch, and like you said, they're the best games that nobody's playing.
Yeah. Exodus is going to be incredible.
So please, I played this. I played an hour of Exodus at E3. I talked with the devs. It was done then. They finished the game by June last year, and they've just been polishing the bejesus out of this thing to make sure it just is perfect. So please, I beg each and every one of you, please play this game. Please, good. I know you may. Good. Play this game because it's going to be one of the Game of the Year candidates for me.
It has to be. It has to be.
All right, I'll shut up now.
What's the studio that did Metro?
4A Games.
Yep.
There are actually two teams, one in Kiev and one in the Ukraine, and they work together on them.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they had a different name prior, right? In the 360 days.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Yeah. I thought it was.
Trying to think.
I don't.
Name.
Do y'all think Metro maybe after a little while they go on Game Pass? Do they have that kind of relationship with Xbox?
They have a good relationship with Microsoft. Microsoft worked closely. They were one of the first studios, apart from like EA or Bethesda. They were one of the first teams that they gave the X hardware specs to. They did the reveal for Exodus. So I can definitely see Metro Exodus coming to Game Pass after 3 or 4 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
I'd say 6 months. It'll be in Game Pass.
6 months, yeah.
That's one, though. That's going to be be one I can't wait. I won't be able
that's
to wait
not an
6 months.
excuse.
That's not an excuse.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I pre-ordered it. It's going to be a day one.
Dude, it's just crazy how 18 was a great year, but now that we're in 19, it's early this year. It's just
the next month. There's so many good games coming out. It's ridiculous.
And then it continues in March. We've finally got Devil May Cry 5 after all these years coming out. April's going to be crazy. Rage is dropping in May. I mean, the first 6 months are packed, guys.
Yeah. Remember when, just even a few years ago, when January through May was the dead time of the year, and now there's so many good games coming out, they have to put them in these months. And now, the whole year is packed with like good titles. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And you got to give Sony credit because the past few years they've been putting big games launching in the beginning of the year. So I'm glad everybody's coming on board with that.
Well, not just Sony, also Ubisoft kind of started it with the Far Cry, Division.
That's true.
They've come out in like March.
They're doing 2 games a year.
Yeah.
March.
Capcom's jumped on that trend too with Resident Evil 7 and Monster Hunter World and
No, I think everybody just kind of said, okay, you know what, November is Call of Duty and Battlefield. You know what, let's take the first half of the year and let's make it another good selling point because gamers are going to play regardless any time of the year. Yeah. It's not just like the kids when they're off for, Christmas vacation, but you forget if you get, the games come out the first half of the year, you got the summer months for them as well. So, it just like I said, I'm glad now the full year is utilized, the whole calendar.
Yeah. Spread them apart equally.
Yeah, not just, November, you got all the best games come out in November. Then you're like, well, damn, I can't afford all these games,
I'm gonna steal a statement from one of my co-podcast mates at Tech Podcast, B Money, great guy. When he said, I see people complaining about, E3 wasn't for me, there wasn't any good stuff. If you didn't see something you liked last E3, you just don't enjoy gaming. Give up.
And you weren't paying attention. You had your eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's going to be exciting, especially this E3. Like I said, it is sad that Sony's not going to be there. It's not going to hurt them; they will survive. But it is sad, like you said, Southbound, that third party and other games, they can at least be there on the show floor.
Yeah.
Right.
But
have the marketing deals with a lot of these games. For their partners, they should be there. For their fans, they should be there. Yeah. And it's kind of like a chest out moment for Sony. Like, we're bigger than E3, and they're Sony's gonna be okay. They're even though they're missing it, they're gonna be just fine. They're still gonna sell gangbusters, but it's just like I said, it's sad for their fans because like every year, you look forward to the MLB The Show stuff that's outside of the what's called convention center. You know what I mean? There's stuff that Sony does that's not inside the show floor, that's outside.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know. That's another conversation altogether. They'll survive it. It's not going to hurt them too badly, but I'm still disappointed. That,
definitely.
I'm not going to be there. I'm not disappointed. I'm not going to get to see my friends from PlayStation who were there.
They're going to take a little hit with their fans. You know what I mean? But they, just like the Xbox has their diehards, they're going to be just fine.
They'll live. They'll live, especially if they do have a PSX 2019 late this year. Especially if they do that.
Yeah.
Do y'all expect Battletoads to come out this year?
I do, actually.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, so if I go with their lineup, Crackdown is right around the corner, right? Crackdown's in February. I think, and then after that, I think we're probably going to have Ori drop in late April to early May. I think Ori makes sense.
Hey, they just said May, right? Or they haven't said?
They just said 2019. Now, they haven't given us a window. They just said it's 2019.
I'd say May.
May makes sense. May makes sense. Then I would say Gears 5 is going to... Because word is we're not getting a Forza game this year. So Gears is probably going to take that Forza spot of late September to very early October. This fall might be a little bit lighter without... I mean, it'll be lighter because there's no Red Dead looming over everything. So Gears...
No Assassin's Creed.
There'll be another Call of Duty, you know that. So
absolutely. There'll be another Call of Duty, but what I'm saying is, like, they don't have to worry about some of the fall heavy hitters, so they can drop Gears in the Forza spot. That'll be okay. And then I think Battletoads will close the year out in, like, late November, early December.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't see a Battletoads being a November game. I see it being like a first of the year type game.
You think they'll delay it to 2020?
I could see it being a September game.
Yeah, well, or you know what? An E3 launch game.
That would be good. Okay.
That would be awesome.
That would be good. I can get down with that.
And by the way, here it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and it's out now. Get it now. Immediately.
On Game Pass too, because it's going to be on Game Pass. You know it's going to be on Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what? This is why we're here.
Yep.
Real quick too. I know we kind of brought up a little bit earlier the Bungie deal.
I was just
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mike.
No. Go for it because I
quick on Sam.
Literally just grabbed that. Where is it? There it is. Hit it.
Did you have a little bit more insight? This and that. Were you surprised?
I was surprised. I was not flabbergasted. How's that?
Yeah.
Because I knew it was kind of an open secret, at least among the people I talked to, that Activision and Bungie have not been getting along. People know that there has been a tug of war between those two for a really long time, even back to before the first game released with Marty. Marty, who did the composition for the soundtrack and everything there, and him getting fired, and then him suing Bungie and everything that happened there. It's just it's been a mess.
A lot of their team left or got
Frank O'Connor.
And the Activision kind of strong-armed it a little, quite a bit. So hopefully Bungie, got their independence back, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's just a prelude to Xbox, snatching them up."
No,
I don't see it.
No,
stop.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, Yeah.
They are going to be.
Simple fact is, Microsoft still owns 10% of Bungie. So you know what I mean. I don't see them.
That's a funny fact that a lot of people forget, right? That Microsoft actually never sold their stake in Bungie. They're just kind of letting it. I think it's probably one of those things that they're just leaving it as an asset. Like, okay, if we need to, we'll revisit that. But
Plus, they still have the Halo.
Really,
they still have the Halo IP.
But
343
more, and they'd have control of the company.
Yeah. It's like, and 343 Industries has like almost 600 employees now, so it's not like they need a team to make Halo. They're good there.
It just doesn't make sense to have, if you buy Bungie back, you're gonna have a Destiny and Halo. And
especially since my thing on Destiny, which I always thought was funny, was that Bungie wanted to get their independence from Microsoft so they could stop making Halo, so they could go work for Activision and basically make Halo.
So it's like, I'm glad they're away from Activision. I don't want to bog it down the conversation, but Activision is doing a lot of shady stuff, a lot of nasty stuff. Blizzard is going through some crap right now, and as a longtime Blizzard fan, I'm really annoyed about that, to say the least, because Blizzard had always been kind of separate away from Activision. I'm watching that with a concerned eye, but Bungie being
Blizzard
away
was like the class act of the gaming industry. They were like the shining example of exemplary, a team, a company. And it seems the last few months they've taken a PR hit and they're quite tarnished.
And Activision stock dropped 12%.
Jeez. Goes to show you that even if it hasn't done like truly ludicrous numbers like Activision evidently wanted it to, which is absurd, Destiny is still selling well. Destiny is a big franchise. It has a huge following. So Bungie definitely has some issues ahead of them. They're going to have to figure out publishing. They're going to have to figure out how to maintain their independence. They're going to have to figure out their physical retail partners and all that. But I feel like I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic that this is a very good thing for Bungie, getting them away from Activision and seeing what they can do with Destiny now that Activision isn't constantly pulling them back in and making them appeal to a certain crowd.
I hope they didn't bite off more than they can chew, because self-publishing seems like it'll be pretty tricky.
It is. Oh, it's very tricky. That's why we're seeing independent studios disappear or get snatched up left and right. Like, it is very tricky, but like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think if anyone can do this with the IP they've got, it's Bungie.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Like you said, constantly optimistic. We'll see how it goes. The whole self-publishing thing for me is really, really a sticky situation, and I don't know how any independent developer can do it.
Yeah. Well, and don't forget
that. I mean, you think of only a few that could really do it, like I don't know why I'm brain fart right now, but Bethesda can do it.
Well, Bethesda's got ZeniMax behind them. I mean,
Bethesda Softworks and ZeniMax, the publisher, they're huge.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
They have that
but don't forget,
there's only a few that can.
Yeah, but don't forget there are smaller publishers that would love to reach out to Bungie. If Bungie doesn't get themselves straightened at, do not be surprised if you see a THQ Nordic, if you see a Deep Silver, Epic maybe, if you see a Team 17 or a 505 Games, one of those guys kind of pop up. I mean,
or even Xbox. Maybe they might. It was interesting to tweet from Phil right away. He tweeted to Bungie saying, wishes them luck, congratulations.
Yep. Don't
Look
forget
forward
we're still
to working with them.
Phil's a big Destiny fan, though. Phil plays a lot of
Destiny. Him and Makibara and.
What about Major Nelson then, though?
Yeah. So I can see them kind of now that Activision's out of the way. Maybe Phil can develop that relationship again with Bungie, and maybe have something there. Maybe a marketing deal or something.
Yeah.
So,
well, this does look like the end of console specific.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, the
Hopefully.
whole Sony, because Activision really strong-armed Bungie into the Sony, deal. Not saying it was bad, because obviously it paid off. They sell big time on Sony, but I think it was hard because a lot of the Bungie employees still favored Xbox. You know what I mean? Because that's where their roots are from. That's where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard for them to switch over.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, well, this will be an interesting year for them and for Activision, because they now have. I mean, look, let's be honest. They still have Call of Duty, which is obviously the big.
We'll keep the lights on.
Yep.
Activision's still going to rake it in. Activision's still going to make a lot of money. But at the same time, I'd be lying if I said I'm not really concerned for the creative output, because they've always had Blizzard to make up for that in terms of creativity.
If now, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but we all know that they've had their struggles behind the scenes. But I wonder if the Bungie just say, hey, you know what? If you don't give us our IP and our independence, we'll stop making the game. We'll drop it. We'll leave. Just leave it on, and we'll be in court till 2030. You know what I mean? So I wonder if they say, you know what? Let's just absolve this partnership. 2 years early, you guys made your money, we made our money, and just part on amicable terms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Activision couldn't have been happy that they wanted to split, obviously.
No, yeah.
Especially 2 years early, because they had a 10-year deal. So
right. We were supposed to get Destiny 3 in 2020 with Activision. Yeah. I mean, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Man, we're not 2 weeks into 2019 and we're seeing crazy shakeups. This is going to be one interesting year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. So, all right, man, we've covered a lot of ground, and Sam, we're not at midnight. We made it.
Technically correct.
We made it. Made it before midnight. I keep my promises.
Hey, I didn't say we had to. I just said it'd be okay.
No, I know, and I know. I know some people want to get off and get some gaming done. So, we're glad to get the weekend off correct.
Dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. So.
Oh, well, man, we can't keep a hungry Southbound.
Over here, man. You to keep me from my meal, no.
Yeah,
gotta feed that king.
Yeah, feed that kid.
Right.
Feed the.
I gotta feed, the crown.
VIPs got to eat.
Yeah.
The VIPs got to eat.
Oh man, there you go again, Mr. Moss.
Hey,
you're gonna make me believe.
There you go. Well, so I want to. I think we can wrap this up here. I think we've covered everything, unless anybody's got any other bits of news or anything I slept through this week that might have.
I just real quick. I just wanted to thank you guys for having me on, and let me plug TXR for a minute. And,
oh, absolutely.
I appreciate the camaraderie you guys bring to the table. You know what I mean? You, Mike, you've been doing this for a long time, and I look to you for your experience and your wisdom, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate you, man. And
yeah, you're gonna make me blush.
Yeah, no, it's true. You've always been there. Through thick and thin, and if I ever needed any kind of guidance or anything, I know I could call upon you, and you're right there, and I just wanted to thank you for that, man.
And you always can, man. Anything you need, that's you're. I've always appreciated talking to you, gaming with you. We've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun online. It's been way too long for this, and hopefully not the last time, for sure. Yeah, I've always considered you really good people, and I was really glad. I was really glad you could make it on tonight as he dropped out. Oh, there he is.
I'm back. No,
not quite.
Yeah, we're happy. And when we thought about an Xbox year in review show, man, you were number one number one on the list of who we thought we needed.
Emerald
to have.
King.
Yep.
Emerald King,
Emerald
man.
King.
Yeah, no. I'm really honored to be here, and
so-
like I said, I have love and respect for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love you
definitely
too, man.
appreciate.
Oh, now what happened? What the hell is going on? Hold on.
It was great talking to you. I know we haven't
Yeah.
talked as much as some of the others, but like it's great getting to talk to you for a bit.
Yeah.
You're one of the people I actually met in person, so you know what I mean.
I know. I know.
If you can be at E, I'm sure we'll get a chance to chop it up soon.
I'm gonna be at E3, and I'm dragging one of my editors with me this time,
Nice.
so it should be fun.
And
Nice.
we'll be getting together, and like I said, it's always a good time to talk to you guys. But you guys have a good night. Thank you again, and I'm out.
Peace
Nice
out,
talking,
man.
Hey,
The whole panel seems to have blanked out. Hopefully, can you guys hear?
No, I'm still here.
All right,
still
but
here,
I'm
too.
wondering if the people can still hear you. All right,
no.
apparently they can because they said later to south. So
Okay.
and then Fastback dropped out. Oh, there he is. Hold on.
No,
There he
I'm
goes.
still here.
Good
I told
Lord,
you, my
man.
camera it pauses for some reason, and then I have to turn it off and then turn it back on.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm definitely gonna I'm definitely gonna wipe my machine this week and
no
get.
worries.
Yeah, this is ridiculousness. You know, we try to run a respectable show here, and all of a sudden, good Lord.
Sam, it's awesome too to have you here. A big respect
Yes,
for you.
thank you.
Absolutely.
I've known
dude.
you
It's been-
since. Forgive me for it was not RG. It was
no RGM. Mhm.
RGM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the
remember,
day, yeah, that was how I got my start, and just been moving on ever since. You know, it's I've learned a lot. It's
Yeah.
it's still kind of surreal because I'm not yet 3 years into this. Really, I'm not even 2 years into this, or just barely 2 years into doing this kind of thing, and it's like I've gone from being a Twitter fan to a bit of a fanboy to back to being a Twitter fan to knowing some people to getting invited on a podcast to breaking into writing to now being paid to write about video games in the industry and go to E3, and it blows my mind. It really does.
I mean,
And
I've seen you around for a while, and I've heard you talk. You're very intelligent, and what you bring, to the gaming to talking about it. So I definitely enjoy.
Oh man, it dropped again. Hang on a second, guys. Hang on. This has been like the worst technical show ever. Hold on.
Is Mike still here?
Hey, here we are. Sorry, this has been like the worst technical show ever created. And now it's popped Sam and Peter's spot and Peter and Sam's spot. I give the hell up. I give up. There we go. Hold
Blaming
on.
me.
There we go. Oh my God, I give up.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
So,
And definitely a big shout out to the chat. Chat's been great.
Oh man, I wish I
Yes.
wish I'd been able to pay attention more to the chat. They are the best. I don't lie when I say they're the best on the internet.
Oh, we've had a couple new people, new faces in here. Definitely appreciate everybody. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Mike, what I was saying is thank you guys so much for having me on. This has been a blast.
Oh,
This is
Sam,
good.
thank you for coming on. And I know I asked you last night.
Not a problem.
So
Not a problem at
no,
all.
and hopefully again this is also not the last time for you, and we'll
Oh,
you know,
no.
definitely
Oh,
definitely your expertise is I have such respect for you. You have no idea. You do because I keep telling you, but for what you do, the respect I have for you is immense, and you do very good work down there over there at Tick, and you're one of the reasons that they are as respectable an organization as they are. Because they've got guys like you.
yeah,
So.
I appreciate that.
definitely enjoy the gaming perspective. You and Nick and Rage and Jackson. So
Yeah.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
and then what you guys the articles too. I mean, top notch. So
thanks.
Yeah.
very fair.
It means a lot. You know, it's like working with both Nick and Jared, because both of them I took under my wing, and they weren't writers at all, but now they are, and it's been a blessing to me, honestly. I mean that with all sincerity, to see them transform like this. And I don't know, I don't want to get bogged down in it, but like there's way too much negativity out here. There's way too much bile and hate just for the sake of feeding a clickbait machine, and that's not what I'm about. I'm trying to get back to basic information. I'm trying to get back to proper critiques and analysis, and I don't know. It's difficult, but seeing people actually comment on it, seeing people appreciate that, hearing what you guys have to say, it does mean a lot. And I respect you guys for that. Not just because you're my friends, you know?
We mean it. You know, you are.
Yeah,
and,
no.
And where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at, well, as long as Peter isn't currently in my spot.
No, you guys are back in the right spot.
We're good now. Okay, so you can find me, not Peter, at Samuel Tolbert on Twitter. You know, it's my name. And you can find everything I write on tickgamesnetwork.com. We're about to have a big server upgrade and maintenance, so you might not be able to find it for the next 12 to 20 hours or something like that, but after the weekend clears, we'll be back up. We've got some big stuff planned. We have our whole slate of reviews planned out. We have a plan to tackle the first 6 months. As Dutch would say, we have a plan. We just need a little faith, Arthur.
Nice.
I'm not going to get tired of Dutch anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. And, of course, you know, we are, as you guys see, we are a Tick affiliate. Along with our friends over at Four Guys with Quarters, and the gaming perspective, of course, as fellow affiliates. So we're happy to be part of the Tick family in a small way, and looking forward to what Nick's got to offer for us this year, like getting us into PAX East. That's the goal. Is Peter and I got to drive up to Boston and hit PAX East.
No.
We will expect a podcast from PAX East.
I would love to do that. We could figure that out. We could figure that out. I got time. We could make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to meeting up with Fame and a couple other guys down here in PAX South.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Please, you guys need to do a live stream when you do, even just a few minutes. You guys need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
We can do that.
Nice. So I'll look for that, and then we'll look for all your fun pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. So that's gonna do it for us. Any last thoughts from anybody?
Just a quick plug for Southbound. I know you had to boot it out, but quick plug for TXR. Everybody keep an eye out.
Yeah,
absolutely. I've missed next TXR.
Sunday.
I can't.
I've really
Sunday,
missed
and I think he said around 9 p.m. maybe
9
Eastern,
or 9 or 10, one of the two.
Yeah, so definitely look forward to those guys. Invader, Southbound. Who else was it?
Jeremy.
Tim Dog, Jeremy.
Downer was in there,
and they picked up Megatron.
And Megatron.
Yeah,
right. Who was in our chat room a little earlier?
Yeah, appreciate that.
We do appreciate.
And just shout out some love to my DASCast and WDFC brothers that have been supporters of this.
Yeah, NLG. We really thank them, man. I you know, it was great. I got a chance to finally to run some Sea of Thieves with Siberia last night.
Yeah.
You know, I'm waiting to get that Star Trek Bridge Crew with Jago. So him and we are in negotiations for the Sega show. So it's gonna happen.
A quick also a plug for DASCast this Sunday. What time? I don't remember what time, but it's going to be hosted by Boomstick's channel. So keep an eye out for that. So
okay. And Stinking Corpse, who jumped in, and you know our good friend Super Coop, and Natty, who is recovering from surgery. So
on that third arm.
Yep, on that third arm. So Shalama for you, my friend. I hope you get better very quickly, and yeah. So Peter, any last words?
No, game on.
Oh, real quick.
No.
I finished Red Dead. Oh,
what was this?
Whoa,
we got
wait
here?
a minute.
Did a little bit of shopping thanks to our buddy Graphic
Graphic
God
God,
on
yeah.
Redbubble.
All right.
I gotta find a spot on this on my wall.
Oh
like
man,
I like it.
I am so man.
I'm waiting for that check though. Waiting for that check coming in the mail.
Yeah. No. All right. That Mustang says it's time to head on out the door. So
Let's
we want
go.
to thank everybody for being with us tonight. It was a great night. Once again, thank you, Sam. It was great having you on. And of course, South, who he was persistent despite issues tonight. We were all persistent despite issues tonight. So, I will get this fixed. I promise, guys. Oh, nice. Is that Lego?
Yeah, this is the Lego Mustang.
Nice.
It's like a newer version. It's a 5.0, but I got to build up the other one.
Nice.
The other one's a 67. So,
Nice.
anyways, I'm over here showing off
Very
my tool.
nice. So, all right, guys. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you next weekend. And play on, gamers. Let's get on out of here.
Nice. Thank you, everybody.